Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for London clubs, carnage, celebrities late in the building. Not me, though. I was on time. Do you know what I'm saying? Just to put it out there, I was on time. I don't know for celebrities, though. Obviously, Toby's got a, rough throat at the moment. He wasn't partying. There was no wine. There was no pina coladas. There was no cheese. The guy, I don't know what's happened. Maybe he was on the binge. I have no idea. Much like the government, as me and Corey was discussing just prior to coming on.
Getting very political.
Yeah, Lee's in sunny Spain. I'm sure they're not on the piss over there, are they?
Nope. I'm on the coffee, mate. Coffee, got my sausages. I'm all good. It's lovely and sunny today. Beautiful. No breeze. Perfect.
It's been a rough week for me and Lee. A rough weekend. Corey.
Oh, it's not been a rough week for me, mate. I'm sitting here telling everyone I told you so. But
I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. I did expect a difficult game against West Ham, but I definitely didn't expect what happened to happen, especially to concede 3 goals.
I don't think Mount did either when he started giving it to us like that. He should have maybe calmed down at half time when you're playing against West Ham.
And Toby, our sick person, is here. He's arrived. I hope he's well. How you doing, bro? You all right?
Not really, no, but the show must go on, I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Diddums.
Maybe it just means that his voice will be lower and he won't cuss.
Yeah, we'll stop giving it the Diddum this weekend, yeah? That's all
might be getting away with it.
On Toby Day.
Bro, you can't pick good, man. Even ill, I'm good, man. Even ill, I'm still gonna bring the smoke to a certain extent. Anyway, so.
That's unfortunate to hear. And big up, man, to the chat. Yeah, 20K, man. It's a long time coming.
Remember, I told you get off Twitter. I said get off Twitter and get on YouTube. Yeah, remember it was me that told you that.
Yeah, 20K definitely looks nice. So big up all you guys, man. We'll do a special video or something for it soon. But yeah, Corey, how are you feeling, man?
I need to shout. Come on.
Bloody hell, your mic just did a madness there, Matisse.
Did it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Corey,
shame your team can do it on Saturday, mate. Nah, it was good. It was
wow. Corey's got his chest out again.
Nah, I don't know what it was. It was just beautiful. Like the thing is, we've obviously had games this season where Liverpool, we deserved it, in my opinion. We played brilliantly against City in the Cup and United. That was a game where we were coming into with players that were under form. We come off the back of a draw against Brighton, losses, and second half, old David Moyes, the puppet master, tweaked it a little bit, and Tuchel couldn't live with it. And it was just beautiful to see. I think the thing is, that wasn't the best West Ham that I've seen. It was a poor West Ham. It was an Antonio that's been gassed for a long time. We had to go to a back 5, no Creswell, and we still beat you. And we broke Mendy. We broke Mendy, the best goalkeeper in the league. We broke him. Moyes went, hang on a minute. Let's just push the midfield a little bit higher. No one's done it against Chelsea, but West Ham did. And look what happened, my friend. I've seen people say, oh, it was 2 lucky goals. If you're talking about the penalty, it's absolutely not. That was a design. And Carragher pulled it up on Monday Night Football. And that's what Moyes wanted to do. That's the thing about West Ham. We don't even need the ball at times. That's how nuts we are this season. So, yeah, it was great. And nothing pleased me more. And listen, unbelievable player. Seeing Reece James give it to Manu Lanzini. Don't do that, mate. Don't do that to Manu. Trust me. Slots it past Mendy, no problem. Have a bit of that, mate. Do you know what I mean? Go straight up to him. Done up all day. Couldn't live with us. Couldn't live with our wing-backs. It was beautiful to see. And yeah, all right, it was a lucky goal. Fair enough. The third one was. In fact, I didn't even celebrate because where I was sitting, I thought it hit side netting. So I just thought, oh. And then everyone started going ballistic, and I was like, I cannot believe we're up 3-2 here. But to be honest, I think, a draw would have been fair. A draw would have been fair. Given
I don't know about fair. It's Chelsea, man. Fuck them.
No, mate. Trust me. Honestly, after what Mason did, after what Reece James was doing, they can have it. They can have it with both barrels. And Jared Bowen, how many times on this show do we talk about all your lot wingers? All we ever talk about is winger this, Hudson-Odoi that, Pulisic that. Start talking about Jared Bowen, mate, because that finish was unbelievable.
It was.
Through Christensen's legs, under Mendy, and on that day, he turned up. And that's the big thing about Bowen. This is what I'm saying. I don't think we were at full flight. We had Deck dropping into a back 3. We lost players, but Bowen turned up in that game. He was well up for it. He was our best player, and he showed his quality. So yeah, there you are.
That bastard of a bubble machine really does piss me off when we're losing up there. I'm telling you, I can't handle it. I was on my watch along, and every time you score, you just get these stupid little bubbles everywhere. It's just fucking annoying.
How salty these two are.
Music to my ears. Oh, we hate the bubbles because you can't talk about the football anymore. That's the problem. You got to talk about the bubble machine.
I was like, I'm sure maybe there's washing up liquid in one of my defenders' eyes or something, because this is just getting ridiculous now. How we're just dropping to our knees for
it's
you.
It's funny how these two can't stand West Ham, but I actually rate West Ham.
I have no problem with West Ham until
I'm rating them.
We ain't got the hatred between us, mate.
I just don't like them. I think the fans are scummy.
See you on the 22nd, mate. See you on the 22nd. I can't wait.
So you better be careful going to fucking West Ham Stadium now, mate.
Yeah, I know. I actually live around West Ham fans as well. They'll hate me saying that.
I don't care about West Ham, but on Saturday I did, and that's the be all and end all of it. They pissed me off.
I loved as well. Your fans ran out as soon as that third goal went in. Didn't stay around. Nothing. Fled. Absolutely scarpered.
Is there
no support for the last
drill? Is there a fire drill?
They ran. They literally ran. I was like, what? Come on, get behind your team. Get behind the champions of Europe. They just didn't fancy it.
Sing when you're winning. Sing when you're winning.
Mate, singing West Ham are massive everywhere they go. That's what I like. That's what I like.
On Twitter, the whole lot. To be honest, in my preview, I did say Bowen would get joy out of Alonso, who get change, and then he ended up getting joy out of him and Rudiger at the same time. Dennis, the menace for Watford, did the same thing down that side after Loftus-Cheek gave the ball away. Bowen, I wasn't really surprised at all for him to get something out of Alonso. He's a player that a lot of the Chelsea fan base have been like, yeah, we need to replace him in January because Chilwell's not going to be back this season, most likely. And yeah, the whole defense just collapsed. We haven't conceded more than a goal in a game until you lot. So I don't know what kind of juju you sprinkled on that pitch before we started kickoff, but we don't usually do all that. Huh?
The bubbles, mate. Slipping and sliding.
Bubbles. I'm telling you, it's the bubbles, man.
I think the thing is, it's so easy to go into a game like Chelsea and like West Ham would have done last season, like when you beat us 3-0 and just sit behind the ball for 90 minutes. Like we are just a different team this season. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm saying we pressed you. We did, but we're not a pressing team. It's just a fact. We just play a little bit higher and we went for it. That's why we matched you up in that first half. Brave in essence, but obviously I thought you were much better than us first half. We were sloppy. The goals you scored as well. Yeah, well, the goals we conceded, I was really disappointed. And to be honest, I looked at it and thought, yeah, okay, we were being ambitious and yeah, we were trying to play through your press. But to be honest, I was like, I don't see how West Ham are going to score when we can't get hold of the ball and actually create. So the fact we came out second half, he tweaked it ever so slightly. He gets Soufal a little bit further forward, Arthur further forward. It just gave us a little bit of impetus. So yeah, I mean, look, I would have taken the point. Don't get me wrong, 100% to beat you and some of the teams we've beaten this season's been different level. So we've beaten the best teams in the league at some point.
You beat Liverpool, yeah,
every single one of them. You've beaten them all, and we've been battered by them all. It's mad.
I'm not talking because we got Arsenal on Wednesday. I just got to get that one wrapped up, and then we can move on. Because honestly, I think West Ham have got to just nip this Arsenal thing in the bud. Last season, we should have beaten you. We should have beaten you comfortably 3-0.
Yeah, you should have, yeah.
So yeah, we got to turn up. We got a big week, and Zuma's out now for.
Yeah, I've seen that. Zuma's out, isn't he?
For possibly 3 months. Yeah, 3. I think it'll be 3 months before he actually starts. Even if you can get him back within 2. So honestly, I'm hearing stuff saying we're going to a back 3. He doesn't trust Diop and Dawson to play 4-2-3-1. So I don't know what we're going to do, but the fixtures do look favourable. So if we can just get results until Jan, bring players in.
Arsenal on Wednesday, but the fixtures look favourable. That's how fucking far.
I would have put out my chest, but I just don't trust. I don't trust it with Arsenal because every time we play you in Arteta, just something happens, and that's what I'm saying. Nip that one in the bud. It's like Brighton for us. Just can't mentally get over it, and especially at the Emirates, I'm a bit like, are they actually gonna turn up for it? If you don't get me wrong, we should win.
We won't.
I'm sure Lee believes in you anyway. OS says, Tobs, you got that whiz kid Rona.
Bro, he might be right, man. He might be right because I've literally just done my lateral flow and it's showing me 2 lines. Like I don't even know where the fuck this has come from.
Oh Lord. It probably is. I mean, that concept over.
I was fine. I did a lateral flow on Saturday because I was going somewhere on Saturday and it was negative. It was fine. I was all good.
Have you had the
booster or the not the booster now, but I'm double vaccinated.
See, so my mum, dad, and sister have all got it, and they're all jabbed up boosters a lot.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It must have been WizKid because WizKid was. I think there was overcrowding at WizKid, wasn't there? People broke in.
COVID, man.
Yeah, people were breaking in, man. Literally,
Fam, that is a COVID melting pot, honestly.
Yeah, but this shit literally only started on Monday. Like I started feeling the symptoms on Monday.
When did you go WizKid last weekend?
I went WizKid on Sunday the 28th. So it was like a week and a bit.
Yeah, can't be that.
Yeah, I don't think it is that.
It's a weird one. Yeah, but you see, look, you go to games as well, innit? This is why I don't go to games. Just do watch-alongs.
I leave my gaff. I've got a patio there. I'll just go and sit outside. Order everything, come and get it delivered. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to go out, mate.
This is why we're so anti-social, Lee.
I can't stand people, mate. They're wankers.
I don't know where this logic came from as well from this chat. It's been pissing me off ever since Callum came on the Big Six and started spitting this rhetoric about Chelsea being saved by Mendy this season. Yes, in certain games, the goalkeeper has bailed us out. But Chelsea's defence this season has been limiting high-quality chances from opposition. I don't know how Mandem have managed to flip the page now and say that Chelsea have just been bailed out.
You say that you're conceding a lot of chances on goal and Mendy's 96% save rate has been saving your asses. Is that what he said?
That's what people are saying. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what the lad said when he said that you've been conceding. And you see it on Premier League or saying loads of chances against, and Mendy's just been making wonder saves. Yeah. I've watched a lot of Chelsea this season. I can't remember you conceding loads of chances, if I'm honest.
No, honestly, outside of Brentford, maybe a couple of
Brentford. He was
Watford.
mad to keeper.
Yeah, Brentford, Watford. Those would be like the standout too. But apart from that,
nothing to do against us. He literally had a cigar on, sitting on the deck chair.
Yeah, like people are doing a lot with that one. Save percentage doesn't mean the amount of shots you faced. It's just the amount of shots you've saved with the shots you faced. Doesn't mean you've faced a lot of shots. So I don't know where that logic one's coming from. Just before we move on from that West Ham game, I mean, obviously I'm sure the other guys got stuff to say as well. But for me, the moment I knew we were fucked is when you brought on Ben Rama at 2-2. I thought West Ham were gonna maybe go defensive, bring on someone to defend and take a point. But you lot brought on Ben Rama, and I was like, "What?"
I thought Moyes' subs were spot on. Because when we came into the game, obviously the fact that Fornals and Ben Rama were dropped, I was slightly concerned. But to bring them on with 20 minutes to go, I thought Ben Rama did well when he came on as well as Fornals. So he actually timed the subs right, and I just thought it took the sting a little bit out of the game. But let's be honest, Matisse, you were all over us for the last 10. Like it wasn't easy. You switched. You brought Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, to be honest, as much as he didn't do that well against Declan Rice or Soufal, I actually thought he was probably your most dangerous player. Just because of the position that he was playing. It was just more direct. And you brought Lukaku on, and I've said this before, and it was much easier for us. When you had that front three and that false nine, it was much more difficult because of their movement. Whereas Lukaku, with the way I don't think it's him per se. Fitness might be a problem, but the way you play into him and you're coming up against Dawson and Diop, if you had a player that running behind both of them because they're both going to be aggressive, you would have been okay. But the fact that he just wants to hold the ball up all the time and not really turn, it actually made it easier for us, ironically. Yeah. So that's kind of where Tuchel probably did get it wrong when he brought him on. I'm surprised he brought him on. It felt like it was sort of taking the mick a little bit because I thought he was bringing him on and going, actually, do you know what? We're all right. We're going to win this game 3-1 or whatever. Let's just give him a run out.
Well, Kai got injured.
Fair.
A clash with Zuma at the end of the first half, and then I think he was forced. He didn't want to bring him on because he wasn't fully fit. He said that after the game. He was like, "My fault for bringing him on. He should never have come on." Probably, even though Werner misses a catalogue of chances, he probably would have actually decided to bring on Werner instead and just kept stretching your defense. But Lukaku, was just completely stagnant and just didn't move. Lee, what did you make of the game, man?
Oh dear. Well, I was playing FIFA until about 6 a.m. and I don't I don't set an alarm, so I woke up and it was 20 minutes to go. I was like, "Oh my god, I've missed a Chelsea West Ham game." But when that goal went in, I was like, Corey, I didn't think it had gone in. Like it was just a bit of a weird feeling, like watching it, like. And when he started wheeling away, so I was like, "Nah, the audacity to shoot from there." But I'm still not convinced whether he meant it.
No, not in a billion years, mate. I don't think.
Who cares, man? It went in, and you could just tell that popped their balloon, man. Literally stuck a pin in their balloon. That was them finished. They had no answers after that. I know the game was nearly done, but you'd expect Chelsea to have thrown everything at it, and I don't really see that they did. Like, I know they tried, but you're not comfortable, man. And then they'll watch the extended highlights because you can do that on DAZN straight after it. It'll show you all of like 10 minutes worth of highlights.
Yeah.
And watch the extended highlights. West Ham fully deserved it. Like, your goalkeeper, bruv, I don't know what he was doing. And I don't know whether it's arrogance or whether he's just having a dip in form, because like against Man United, he passed the ball straight to Fred, who tried to chip him. Yeah, and it was like all he had to do was square that to Ronaldo, and that would have been in the back of the net. Or Bruno. I think Bruno was still on the pitch at that time. And it's like the warning signs were there from that United game that he's not on it. And I don't know what he was doing for the penalty. Just kick it, just boot it up the pitch. And the third goal was just laughable. The second one, I've seen people blaming him. That was just a great goal, man. He hit that so hard as well. Straight in the corner, quality finish.
Which one? The Masuaku one?
No, the Jared Bowen.
No. He got slotted
People
away.
blaming him for that. I've seen people blaming him for that. I don't get it. Like,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
he can't see through the player. And when we saw it on the highlights, everyone went, that's literally the only place Bowen could have put it. Like, it had to be through his legs. He wouldn't have seen that. I just find it mad that he can't play out from the back. He can't. And if you're a Chelsea fan and you're sitting there, look, he's a fantastic shot stopper. There's no denying, and he's great in those moments. But when you're getting pressed like that, teams will just look at it and think, hang on a minute, we've got a gamble here. And that's all we did. We didn't do anything brilliant. We just literally just said, all right, play out from it then. And even Jorginho, to be honest, was at fault as well for giving him the ball there. Like, he should know better. He put him under a lot of pressure.
Arguably the two best players as well.
That's mad.
Yeah. I think people in the chat are overplaying Mendy's distribution being poor, though, because this is probably the first game since last year against Everton away that I can say that Mendy's made an error leading to goal with his either footwork or his decision making coming out of the box and giving away a penalty. Prior, there wasn't really many, if any, mistakes. Now, sometimes he does get a bit lucky with it, but he is for me, he's still good enough to play as a ball playing goalkeeper in the team without being a hindrance and being someone that's going to be a massive weakness. I don't think he's someone to target. He had an awful game, but he's still well over average in that regard to do the job. And people will say Kepa's level of ball playing, but Kepa made a few mistakes as well in that torrid season that he was under. Kepa was making loads of mistakes with ball playing.
Kepa's terrible. He's not a good shot stopper. He's not really good with the ball at his feet as well.
Yeah, people are acting like Kepa's really good at
I hate goalkeeping dilemmas because this happens with a lot of fan bases. When your goalkeeper underperforms or makes a mistake, the assumption is that someone else would do better. And especially with Kepa, it's not true. Like Fabianski, to be honest, probably made a mistake for the first goal. Antonio definitely did. And the minute that happens, everyone's like, get rid of him, get him out, get him out. There's never a normal conversation about it. It's just dive on him. Mendy had a shocker, but why would you play Kepa over him? Am I mad?
Exactly.
There's no other reason.
There's a reason Mendy's in the team every week and he's sat on the bench because he's shit. You paid 70 million quid. You need to get rid. Even if you get 70 quid for him, it's better than nothing, isn't it? Just get rid. You need to go and get a decent number two because that guy, every time I've seen him, he's been pony, man. He was literally throwing games for you when he was in goal on a regular.
He's terrible.
Yeah, and there's no coincidence that you bring Mendy in and all of a sudden you fly up the table and you win the Champions League. Yeah, he was massive in that.
This for me is facts. This is like really accurate. He's awful at penalties. He doesn't really save penalties. About 7 out of 10 on the ball. And he's great at everything else. And before the Man United mistake for Fred at the end of the game, no one would have been saying, Mendy's ball playing is a big issue for Chelsea. So I think it's very much to do with what's happened in the last couple of weeks. People have got that very much fresh in their minds. And that's what they're running with. In terms of Kepa, he is a great penalty stopper, but in every other regard, I wouldn't really be taking him over Mendy. It's not long ago I was saying Mendy's just, if not better, than Kepa on the ball as well. Probably just a few weeks ago, since Mendy's come to the football club. So yeah, I don't really agree with the whole. Maybe he doesn't look great while doing it. I don't know, aesthetics wise, but yeah, I don't really agree with that massive outroar. I think Kepa will play tonight against Zenit, and then Mendy will come back into the team, hopefully recharged, and will go again, hopefully on a good run. But yeah, it's a shame, man, because we scored a great goal through Mason Mount, and to be honest, I didn't even speak about it in my review because I was so pissed off. I was like, it's such a big game, and to go behind in the title race, even by just a few points, and be trailing to City and Liverpool, and now have to chase, it's a completely different ball game to having to lead.
Fabianski should save that though. Come on, let's be real. Like it was Fabianski should save that. Like that. Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is he's hit it so clean and so early that he just hasn't set him. That's the only way. I actually think Fabianski's in more fault for the first goal than the second. The second's a bit, but he should save it because the problem is every time it's at your near post, your keeper's got to do better. I can't take it away. It was a brilliant strike. It's coming over his shoulder and he's hit it first time. So it was a good goal. I'll give him that.
Good technique, but yeah, Fabianski should be saving that. He should be saving that all day long.
Yeah. What areas of the team are you looking to improve, Corey, going into the second half of the season, then, so you can keep this Champions League fight going?
Yeah, I don't think it's improvement. I just think it's recruitment, just generally in terms of squad depth. I think that's the most important thing. I think our first team's pretty good when all fit. I think we need a centre back, maybe two, and I think if we got a centre back on loan and a perm with a long-term view, as in a centre-back that we want for 2 or 3 seasons, then it's all right. I'd love Nathan Ake, if I'm honest. I think Nathan Ake would be such a great fit for us. And it's a shame Zuma's gone out because that would have been a left-sided centre-back and Zuma alongside him. So that striker was the priority for me because Mickey, I mean, I know he was more involved in that second half against you, but he's been blown. He's played 3 games back-to-back and he looks absolutely shattered. And against Brighton, to be honest, that's probably the worst I've seen him in God knows how long. But I'll take the centre-back first. Then I'll definitely look at the striker, and then Lingard's the one that's kind of... Lingard will probably, ironically, be the one that gets done the first because Ben Rama's off to the AFCON, so we need someone to come in and replace him early doors. I just worry about the centre-back thing because sometimes, particularly with West Ham, we let it drag. And with someone like Ake, City might not want to let him go. They want him as a rotation option. They might just string us along until he actually forces the problem. Tarkowski could be another one as well, where Burnley just string it along right to the final minute or so. But we need those players in now. And if we can get them in, we can definitely maintain. It's just, I'm gutted. We've lost basically our 2 best centre-backs in the space of a month. And before they were absolutely brilliant. Zuma's phenomenal. So centre-back for me, mate, 100%.
Injury to Declan Rice kind of killed you last season as well when you was chasing it and then, chasing certain...
Well, they're talking about Declan dropping into a back 3, which I disagree with. I would try and keep Declan in that midfield for as long as possible. I know he did a good job at centre-back and he can do that. I just think you need him in that midfield. He's far too good.
It's the same with what Liverpool did last season with Fabinho and Henderson. They dropped them into the centre-back positions and they lost the whole midfield as well. So I'd definitely take note from what they did and do the complete opposite if I was you guys, to be honest, because it's the same thing that Chelsea fans have been talking about with our injuries, with Jorginho with a knock, Kova out, Kante out. Maybe we should put Reece James in there, and then I'm like, well, what about right wing back now? Now you've just messed up another position. So yeah, but moving on, Lee. Damari Gray, last minute. Oh man, and what a goal as well. Absolutely incredible finish. It was for 1.5 million.
And I was like, they fully deserved
it. Doing the business.
They fully deserved it. I clapped the goal. I was like, we've got everything we deserved. Yeah. Let me read out Mikel Arteta's 73 game stats as Premier League Arsenal manager. 73 games in the league, 34 wins, 24 losses. He's won 10 more than he's lost, 15 draws. Goals 4. Bear in mind, we played 73 games. Goals 4, 105. Goals against, 82. So we've conceded more than a goal a game since he's been here in the Premier League. And we've lost 24 and won 34. And people are telling me that we're improving under this guy. Give him another 5 games, they're all crying. Yeah, how about no? Here's the teams that we've won against. Norwich, 20th. Burnley, 18th. Watford, 17th. Newcastle, 19th. Tottenham sacked their manager. Villa sacked their manager. Leicester, 11th. Where's the improvement?
You're on a -4 goal difference. I've been saying this.
Bro, the last time we had a minus goal difference at this stage of the season was 108 years ago, 1913. And we got relegated that season. And then that lot cried because we bought our way straight back in. But no, honestly, we deserved everything we got. And this is why when I'm sitting on here and you're trying to egg me on and come on, there's got to be some positives. And I'm sitting there saying irrelevant runs are formed that lead to nothing. Matisse are irrelevant. Yeah. I told everyone we've been playing crap. Yeah. Take out the games where we beat Aston Villa 3. We beat Leicester by 2. We scored 2 at Old Trafford. We scored 3 against Spurs. Out of our goals we've scored, most of them come in them 4 games. Like, it's embarrassing. We are actually dog shit. And the quicker people realise that this manager is clueless, the quicker we'll move forward. We've scored 18 goals and 10 of them come in 4 games. Yeah, so we've scored 8 goals in the other 10 games. 11 games, sorry. That's what I'm saying. And when people want to sit there and say, oh, yeah, but you're negative. Why can't you just be happy we're on a good run? How about I'm realistic, mate, and I've seen us go on good run. Yeah? I'll give you another stat, yeah? Project Youth. Listen to this crap, yeah? Project Youth. Opta tweeted this out at the weekend, right? For the 3rd time this season, Norwich named 5 players aged 21 or younger in a Premier League starting 11. They're the first side to do this in 3+ different games in a season since Arsenal in 2008-2009, who did it 14 times that season. So when people want to bang on about Project Youth, we tried this in 08-09 and we still didn't do anything.
You're one of the very few Arsenal fans that I know that don't get caught up in the excitement when you're going on a run. And it's impressive because a lot of Arsenal fans were getting excited. They were thinking, they were even piping up to me. Imagine, champions of Europe, they're piping up to me saying, oh, you know, we're in the top 4 battle. I was saying on the Big Six, me and Toby was saying, well, actually, I don't know if Toby actually agreed, but maybe he'll say when he comes back, you're not in the top 4 race. Like, you're not. I'm telling you, you're not. I'm almost certain that you're not, because as soon as Manchester United, like, for me, the top 4 race will be decided by factors that Arsenal can't control because they're not going to sack Arteta. So it will be decided on how quickly Oli gets sacked. As soon as Oli gets sacked, Man United are back for me in the top 4 where they should be, because this shouldn't even be a discussion. At the start of the season with Sancho and Varane and Ronaldo, no one was saying that, you know, Man United should even be competing for the top 4. They were saying they should be competing for the title. And people had them finishing 2nd and 3rd. So this top 4 thing shouldn't even be a discussion. The only reason why it's a discussion is because West Ham have continued their good work and Man United have kept Oli for longer than they should have. Those are the only 2 reasons. And even Tottenham have brought in a serious manager. So how the hell could Arsenal possibly be in the discussion with the same manager?
Right? When our fans are the divviest fans on the planet, right? We go 10 unbeaten. Oh my God, we're on for top 4. We can win a title. We can do this. Oh, every player in every position is the best in the league. Bukayo Saka, best young player in the league. No, he ain't. Jarrod Bowen is levels clear of Saka. Can we just have that right? Yeah? Stop gassing these people up. Seriously, it pisses me off, lads, yeah? Right? That lad has got talent. Let's have it right. Saka has talent. I like Saka. But the way our fans gas him up, I'm starting to not fucking want it. Yeah? Because they're pissing me off. He has scored 2 goals in 10 months in the league. 2 goals. And they're going on like he's the next coming of Ronaldinho. Bro, he's been shit for nearly a year. Yeah, and they're still going on, oh, Pepe's crab. Pepe's crab. I guarantee Pepe comes back into that team and scores straight away. Yeah? If he gets in the team, that is. Because he can't get in the team because Saka's keeping him out. Then we bring Martinelli.
No, but also is Arteta and big up Curtis Shaw as well. Appreciate it, bro. Is this not an Arteta, another moment of Arteta and another player disagreeing? I heard that they had a falling out or something. Pepe.
Bro, if it's Arteta. A choice of keeping Pepe or Arteta, Pepe needs to stay. Yeah, stay. Fuck Arteta, man. I cannot stand that geezer.
Is Pepe really worth keeping, though? I think both of them.
Pepe is class, man. How can Eric? Don't even trigger me on Pepe. I swear down. You do this to me all the time on Pepe, yeah? Let me tell you something, right? Nicola Pepe scored more goals than Smith Rowe and Saka combined last season and played half the minutes. So when our fans want to gas up the 2 star boys, yeah, the 2 star boys don't really cut the mustard, mate. Yeah, so stop gassing them up. They shouldn't be playing week in, week out. They're both very talented, but they're not players that should be leading the line for Arsenal. Yeah, they should be players that are coming in and out of the team like a Phil Foden, yeah, and working their way in and out of the team. You know, but our fans, they're idiots, man. They're gassing up players like fucking Tomiyasu, then calling him Tommy Cafu. Fucking Tommy Cafu. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, mate. He weren't Tommy Cafu. He was Tommy Bellerin. Yeah, the other.
Hold on.
That fan base
Hold
is
the
golden.
fuck.
That's golden.
I'm not even blabbing. I will show you the
There's
graphic.
no way you man are actually doing that. That's just funny, isn't it?
Bro,
Is he even good going forward? I know he's been good
Bro, I'm not
defensively.
even fucking with you. Watch. I'm not even fucking with you. Watch.
Is he good going
Tommy
forward?
Cafu. I heard that. Embarrassing.
I am not even fucking
Your
with
fans.
you.
I fucking love your
On
fan base.
Instagram.
I love
Tommy
them.
Cafu.
I love your fan base. Oh, they're
Tommy
quality.
Cafu.
They're absolutely quality.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. Let me tell you something about Tommy Cafu. Yeah. Tommy Cafu. Yeah, was absolutely run ragged by Cucurella at Brighton. He was run ragged by Ayew at Palace. Yeah, he was run ragged up at Anfield to the point where I don't even know where he was for the fourth goal. Right, and then
He's been
I'm
good.
screaming the other night, "Don't let Damari Gray cut inside. Do not let him cut inside. Do not let him cut inside." Oh, it's a goal.
It's like letting the cheap Coutinho cut inside, isn't it? It's deadly right
Bro,
now.
it's pathetic. And then you see that other fucking signing we made, Tobs. Yeah,
yes.
Everyone gassing him up. Oh my God, he's better than Tierney. He's better than this. Shut up. That guy is an Olympic sprinter that can't defend. That's it. Yeah, Benfica fans were gassed when he got sold. Yeah, they're all tweeting Arsenal fans getting his crap. He can't defend, mate. He came on the pitch the other night, right, and threw the ball.
Grizz Tetter in the building.
Big up, Grizz. Come on.
Big up, Grizz.
And then the second goal, if you watch the second
big up
goal,
Grizz, because he's the one that's spreading this propaganda league.
I think Grizz, this is what I think now. This is what I got into Grizz and Big Steve. I think they're spreading this to keep Arsenal down.
I think so. And then he tried, when you look what he said we brainwashed him into believing that Arteta's not a good manager. That's what he said.
Man,
listen, the real football man. No, innit, Toby? The real football man. No,
This Nuno Tavares, right? I'll give another example. Yeah, Anfield, he got run ragged. Yeah, excuse me. At Old Trafford, he gave Rashford the freedom of Old Trafford for their second goal. Yeah, Ronaldo's first. Where was he? Rashford's over there, and you're all the way up there. What are you doing? Yeah, then if you watch him come on the other night. If you watch the second goal, it's all well and good blaming Granit Xhaka for ducking out the tackle on the halfway. He was on a yellow, so I kind of get it. Yeah. And it's all well and good having a go at Tommy Cafu and Benjamin Shite for letting him cut inside. Yeah, which is cool. He shouldn't be doing that. Right. But if you actually watch that, Tavares picks the ball up in our half. He comes diagonal, inverted, running inside to the centre circle and over into their half. He's got a simple 5-10 yard pass to the right. He's got a simple 10 yard forward pass. Nobody near either of them two players. He smashes it through the pair of them. Yeah. They get the ball. Bish, bash, bosh, goal. Yeah. He came on and sabotaged that game. And that was down to the manager. Tierney should never have come off, man. He was having a great game. I was going to ask
you about this.
He was having a great game. Why is it Granit Xhaka walks straight back in the team? Why? What happened to non-negotiable and you have to do it in training? Yeah. It's a load of bollocks. What has Nicola Pepe done to not get a game? And Eddie Nketiah, who's leaving in 6 months and not signed a new deal, getting on that left wing over him. What's that all about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I was about to ask. Why does he keep his like? I'm finding Arteta's man management and discipline very odd. So Xhaka comes straight back into the team.
He has got no man management. He is a player killer. Everyone has regressed under this manager. Thomas Partey's regressed. Tierney's regressed. Partey can't get a game. Martinelli's regressed. Saka's regressed. Smith Rowe, you could say, oh, well, he's doing all right. Well, he was doing all right anyway. He's just scored a few goals. Yeah, fucking Thomas Partey regressed. I could go on. Aubameyang, Lacazette. Like, he has killed off this whole fucking squad. And I'm telling you now, if we sacked him and put Mr. Blobby in charge, Aubameyang would be a better player instantly. Because instead of playing left wing back, and doing that mileage up and down the wing at 32 years old, he's fucking knackered by the time he gets in the box. Yeah, and then people are cussing.
Has any player actually like improved? Ramsdale's having a good season. You could say Gabriel.
No. I'm not having it. Yeah. No, I'm not having it, Matisse. I'm not having it, right? And I'll tell you why I'm not having it. This fan base gas up most mediocre performances and make out they're world class, right? The fact and reality is when Petr Cech got dropped and we put Leno into that side, they were all hyping up Leno as a top world class goalkeeper to the point that when we sold Martinez, they spent over a year telling people like me that he's better than Martinez. Soon as Ramsdale comes in, new flavour of the month, oh, Leno's shit. Yeah, I've seen this with Leno for fucking.
You did say this months ago. To be fair, you did say this.
Come back to me in a year, and if Ramsdale's still doing that in a year, I'll say, yeah, good goalkeeper, because I've seen it with Leno. Yeah, I've seen it with Leno. I ain't having this with fucking the goalkeepers. Yes, he's been great. I'm not knocking him. He's been brilliant. But Leno was brilliant when he came in, and he only looks more brilliant because Leno was shit. And Leno only looked brilliant because Czech was finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, he was on double agent duty.
I don't gas it up, Matisse. Yeah, Ben White. I told everyone he's shit. Ben White. Everyone before the season kicked off. That geezer, Seaside Mustafi, and guarantee in a year's time they'll be cussing him like they were Mustafi because he is fucking useless. He can't defend. Then Tommy Cafu. Tommy what? Tommy Bellerin, mate. Yeah, you got 3 good games.
Tommy Cafu's actually good. Come on.
Come on now.
What's he good at? Tell me what he's good at.
Have you been to watch Bellerin recently?
Tommy Cafu is actually a good right back when it comes to defending.
What do you mean? Okay, so hang on. He's a good right back when it comes to defending, but we're on -4 goal difference this season, yeah?
Yeah, but how can you blame that?
Most of the goals have come down his side.
Yeah, but have they?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes, they have. Trust me. Go and have a look at Minamino's 4th goal at Anfield the other night, yeah? Where the fuck was Tommy Cafu? Nowhere to be seen. Tommy Bellerin, yeah? Nowhere to be seen.
But he's still adapting. This is his first season.
I just think...
what a load of shut up, man. You sound like Arsenal fan.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm doing it on purpose.
The only individual performances Arsenal fans are rating him is because he can head a ball, yeah? That's it.
He needs to be able to.
He doesn't overlap, yeah? He gets caught out on a half turn every single time. Anyone half tricky, he ain't got a fucking Scooby what day it is. And then his positioning and ball watching is ridiculous. He's had 3 good games out of all the games he's played, and everyone started gassing him up because he won Player of the Month. That's it. Then if you look at Nuno Tavares, he has a couple of good games because he can run like fucking Usain Bolt and he's really quick and he's built like a brick shithouse. And everyone starts gassing him better than Tierney. It's off. Tierney can defend. Yeah, that guy can't. Then you go and have a look at Martin Odegaard. Oh, well done. You've scored 2 goals, mate. Well done. That's about 4 in about 12 months since you've been here. Well done.
You're ripping this team up, man.
Matisse.
I'm trying because my issue with you guys is that I'm big up to Kelechi for the super chat, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Big up yourself. Much love. When it comes to Arteta, I just don't know, and I was saying this in a space. I don't know what caliber of player he can attract. I do, and it's not the top players, right? Arsenal did sign Aubameyang outside of Champions League football. Man United have signed players outside of Champions League football. Your football club should have the stature and the global recognition where you can still attract top players even outside of Europe if you can sell them a project. But I feel like you guys have fallen so far now, especially with this manager. I just can't see who he is attracting and how he is convincing. I'm not talking about your Tomiyasu's and your Ben Whites. I'm talking about top players, which is what you need. Or it needs players that can challenge for top 4. How is he going to attract those players in the summer? Because you have spent money. So I don't think
more money than anyone in the last.
That's what I'm saying. So like, as much as people say Kroenke out and whatnot, cool, they have their reasons, and I'm not going to go against you on that. That's your business. But I don't even disagree. But he has spent. So now what now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like what?
Sack him and go and get a proper manager. Go and get Ten Hag or someone, man. And I know that people are sitting in the chat and go, well, he didn't leave for United. Why would he leave for Arsenal? Who the fuck wants to live in Manchester? Like, no disrespect.
Hey, listen. Hey, a lot of people like Manchester. They've been going up there.
It's lovely and cold up there.
I'm joking.
I need to go up there.
The people start crying. Manchester's lovely. I'm joking. I'm joking. But if it's London or Manchester, you're picking London. No disrespect, yeah? Right? Not only that, right? There is plenty of managers out there that would come to Arsenal because it is Arsenal and because it is London and because we pay the money and because we spend the money. So when people sit there and go, and this is another thing I've seen, right? The narrative in the last couple of days, yeah, is, oh, but do you trust this board, yeah, and this ownership to get rid of him and go and employ a proper man? Well, you motherfuckers have been trusting it for 2 years with a fake process. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, the fan base are clapped. They are actually clapped. All I hear is goalpost and goalpost after goalpost, change. There's people out there saying the only reason Odegaard's getting slagged off is because Arteta outs can't slag off the other 5 signings. But so because Odegaard's maybe been the worst of the 5 or 6, yeah, that we can slag him off and use that as a stick. Shut up. I'll rip every single one of them signings bar Ramsdale because they've all been bang average. There are people in the chat were saying Tomiyasu's been solid. Solid at what?
He has been solid. Tomiyasu's been good, man.
I think he's been good. It's his debut season. He's acclimatizing to the league.
Yeah, look at some of the games.
And to be fair, Ben White is next to.
But Lee.
Tell me what he's been good at.
He's been good at defending in 1v1 situations, bro. Not just aerially.
1v1.
When you played,
he's the 1v1 demon defending.
When you play 1 demon, let Damari Gray score a banger the other night, but not defending 1v1.
If you watch that goal, yeah, as Damari Gray is cutting in, there's a fullback on Everton's side that's going out wide. Yeah, so Ben
White could have dipped around the back and covered that if worse comes.
But what I'm saying is he initially wants to go out and press Damari Gray, especially after what happened for the equaliser. But that run has taken him away. When you're caught in 2 months, I don't think you can just blame that.
Listen, as a footballer, you should be studying your opponent, right? Everyone knows Damari Gray's right-footed. He hit the bar with the shot that Richarlison scored, yeah, by cutting in and smacking it on his right. So you know that he is right-footed, you know he can ping a shot, yeah? So regardless of that overlapping fullback, right, you have to go and press your man, yeah? Instead, you don't just go half-assed and then go, oh, fuck, he's right. Oh, by that time, it's in the back of the net. Yeah, it's 100 mile an hour in the Premier League. So by the time you half-assed go and then realise, like, the corner, like, shit, there's a fullback overlapping, I'll just drop back a bit, it's gone. Yeah, he has not been as good as people make him out to be, mate. The only thing he is good at is aerially, yeah.
No, man. He may not cross going forward, but he's competent in possession. He's actually can use both feet as well.
I don't even think he's where the focus should be.
I want to tell me. I want to 70
grand a week. I'd expect him to use both feet
because for me, he's in his debut season. I want to look at your captain.
Yeah,
we can come to the captain.
Because we've looked at Man United's captain for a lot of weeks.
If you were calling out players outside looking in, and of course you watch the club more than me, but outside looking in. Tomiyasu wouldn't be one of the players.
No, same for me. Definitely.
We've got a -4 goal difference, mate. Yeah, with a new back four. Yeah,
that's also because you haven't scored goals. I think that's mainly because you haven't scored goals. I think your defense has been probably your best part.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
how are people? No, sorry, I'm not having this.
Your defense has been better than your attacks, hasn't it?
Lee, can I ask you a question? So, like, your defense, I think your defense has done well, but
how have we lost 6 games then?
The midfield in front of them are not working, bro. The midfield in front of them are not working. If you look at Gabriel this season, how many bad games has Gabriel had this season? None, bro. He's actually been solid. And even Ben White, I don't even rate Ben White highly, but I've seen him play well a couple of matches. And Tomiyasu,
we played 15 games this season, of which he's played 12 of them, and he's had 2 good games.
Tomiyasu, I can say the same. Like when you lot played, you say Newcastle, but when you lot played Newcastle, what trouble did Alex Maximin cause on Tomiyasu's side? When you played Man United, what trouble did
we're talking about a team that are bottom of the table.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about individual players. 1v1. What trouble did they cause? So
come on, man. Are you using Saint Maximin, who fucking has 1 good game a year and bottom of the table?
I'm not just using him. I'm talking Jadon Sancho as well.
What about Cucurella at Brighton, who had him on strings the whole game?
Yeah. I agree.
What about Ayew at Palace that had him on strings the whole game? Yeah, what about Liverpool having him on strings the whole game? What about Man United having him on strings the whole game? Yeah, I can keep going, mate.
Are you talking about the 2-2 draw at the Emirates? Is that the one for Ayew?
Yeah, the 2-2. Ayew had him on strings.
He played on the right hand side and he was rubbish. He was terrible.
No, Ayew was playing left wing most of that game and had him on fucking strings, mate. 100%. Mate, I watched the game. I did a watch along. The people that watch that watch along that are in this chat, how many times did I say, oh, Tomiyasu, fucking shocker again? Oh, Tomiyasu's just been done again. Oh, Tommy's just been nutmegged again.
Maybe it's because I got a soft spot for Tomiyasu, but I think he's been good for us.
Let me go through some super chats. 1 second. Ben White still wears long line t-shirts from Jacob.
Yeah. I was right. Jordan Ayew played on the right. It was Edouard who played on the left.
Oh, maybe it was Edouard. Maybe you are right. Apologies. Maybe you are right. It was Edouard.
Khaled says get Overmars, Van der Sar, and Ten Hag.
I wouldn't go Van der Sar. Yeah, I'd get Overmars, Ten Hag.
Yeah, 100%. You don't want any other legends in your club. Any other legend goalkeepers who then become technical directors at the rival.
This is the thing, right? This is the
weeks
thing.
After
Arsenal fans, like I see people in the chat saying you're plastic. Yeah, do one, mate. Yeah, I've done maybe 200 grand watching my football club over fucking nearly 40 years, mate. How much you spend? Yeah, about plastic. Yeah, I could have bought a house with that. Do you know what I'm saying? I could have bought a fucking Lambo and asked Giannis to come and wrap it for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stop chatting shit about plastic, mate. You've probably never been to a game in your fucking life and you're telling me I'm plastic. Yeah, the fact and reality is, right, these players are not as good as people are making them out to be. Right, so let's stop overgassing players for a couple of good performances. The reason Tomiyasu has not been great is not just down to Tomiyasu, right? He has obviously been told, and it's a clear instruction from this manager, because Bellerin used to do it, do not overlap. which means the right winger is now fucked.
Is that an instruction, you think?
100%.
But then we can't really blame Tomiyasu for that. And when he came in, was he not?
I can't blame him for defensive mistakes.
I just think personally,
he had though. That's what I'm arguing.
I just think personally, in terms of balancing your team, your attack has been way worse than your defense.
I just don't look at. If I'm looking at your team, I don't look at him as a weakling. I really don't. Like I think for the most part this season, he's someone who's actually been assured in his defending. Of course, you can mention the Kukurea.
The only reason people are gassing this guy up is because he can head a fucking ball and aerially 50-50, he will win most of them. That's the only reason, bro. He don't cross the ball. He can't defend against tricky wingers. Yeah, against somebody who's stiff. Yeah, then yeah. But against somebody who's just going to twist him up, he's not that great one-on-one.
I've just named you 3 tricky wingers that he padlocked.
Who?
Son, St. Maximin, and
come on, man. We're talking about Tottenham who were in fucking freefall and devoid of any ideas.
Every 1v1, everyone v1.
We're talking about Newcastle who were bottom of the table.
Yeah, but right? Lee, you just said tricky wingers. Forget about the team. I'm literally giving you 3 tricky wingers.
But Everton are not in form either. So you got to give credit to still wrapping up wingers that are not in, even if their team is not in form. These are still good players.
We slap them every year. Even with Bellerin in the team, we used to slap them, mate. So like, let's not get gassed over that, yeah.
No, I'm not getting gassed, but you still have to give credit for him taking control of one of the best forwards.
Not one of the worst players in the team by any stretch of the imagination. What I'm saying is the way our fans are gassing him up as Tommy Cafu and this and that.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
I wouldn't even take that seriously. But I want to move on to Aubameyang because I don't even know how Aubameyang is getting away with.
We've got a minus goal difference and we've lost 6 games. So how's he fixed the defense? Yeah, and he's been a part of that defense. So how is that defense fixed? It ain't. That's my point.
Pro F2D says, I dreamt last night that Uber was on loan to Man United and scored a hat-trick against Arsenal, lol.
Aubameyang.
Carver Kens says, Tomiyasu is natural centre-back. Arsenal should have bought an actual right-back, which is...
Well, yeah. There you go. But then again, if you don't want to play with an overlapping fullback, it's fucking irrelevant. So he don't cross the halfway line, this one.
But before we move on to Tottenham, I'm a big thing on captains, right? And for me personally, this is your highest paid player, missing sitters and liking posts of Ronaldo suing against you and shit on Instagram. And for me personally, I just look at your team is led by your captain. He sets the standards. He's the person that leads them out onto the pitch. He's the person that is got the experience to be leading, players around him, like your Sakas, like your Smith Rowes. And he should be taking a lot of the blame, not your Sakas, not your Tomiyasu's, who, by the way, are picked by Arteta, so they don't pick themselves. And Tomiyasu didn't. I don't think he told anybody he was a right back. He just came in and said, "I'm going to give it my best shot." So he's doing his thing. But a lot of the blame needs to fall on the senior
Tomiyasu played right back and centre back at Bologna, by the way.
Is Aubameyang, huh?
Tomiyasu played both right back and centre back for Bologna.
Yeah. I just as an attacking right back, he doesn't really an attacking one. But
as for Aubameyang, right? People were gassed when he got dropped the other night. Oh, Lacazette, he's got work rate. Oh, he works so hard. Well, footballer works hard. Whoopee. Yeah. What did he do on fucking the other night? What did he do on Monday night, Laka? Yeah, but because it's not Abba, yeah, Laka gets a pass because he runs around. Fucking turn it in. Yeah, if I'm Aubameyang, I'm deliberately missing sitters. I reckon he is. I reckon he's Arteta out. I ain't even fucking with you. I reckon he's Arteta out. Yeah, because I'm not even fucking with you. Yeah, I reckon he's deliberately missing them. It's the only explanation. How can a striker that good miss sitters every week? How? You don't just suddenly lose it. Yeah, even if you're 50 years old, you're still putting goals in the back of the net because you've done it all your life. Yeah, you don't just suddenly miss sitters every week. That one against Everton the other night. I mean, how? It weren't even close. The one against Man United, he's offside. What was the other one he missed? He missed another one the week before against whoever it was. But listen, let's not just fucking stick it on Aubameyang. Yes, he's been dog shit. Yes,
but do you think he should be stripped of captaincy though at this point?
Yeah, he shouldn't have been captain in the first place. Yeah, but now if you're stripping him with the captain's armband, you're going to fucking neg him out even more. Yeah, because now you're now not captain. Yeah, after you've now not scored any goals. So me personally, I don't necessarily just blame him. This comes back to the fucking manager again. Why are you playing one of the most prolific strikers in Europe left wing? Why are you playing him left wing when you can't attack? We don't create chances. So people can blame Aubameyang and say, yeah, he needs to come and get stuck in. Well, he's never been a come and get stuck in type of player. He's a get him in a penalty box, his movement to do the damage, and bish, bash, bosh, you've won the game. Now, if you're going to have a look at his average position under Arteta, it's probably left wing back. So now he's in his 30s. He's doing up and down, 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 up and down all fucking game. By the time he gets in the box, he's knackered because he's probably done more running up and down a football pitch under this manager than he's ever done in his life. He's playing off the shoulder at Dortmund. Yeah, he's playing over the top balls played to him. He's getting in the box, movement, drop back to penalty spot, slot him in. Yeah, get through on goal, dink the keeper. Under Unai Emery, he was fucking insane. Yeah, this manager comes in, totally killed him. Yeah, that geezer is still a quality striker. Yeah, he needs to do more. Yeah, 100%.
You don't think it's got anything to do with the new contract, like some people say?
No,
maybe lack of motivation.
Bro, if you look at our attacking stats, they're in the bottom. We are the bottom.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think your defense is. That's the only reason why I say your defense is shouldn't get as much stick as it does, because that's the only reason why you could have been fifth is your defense.
No, but the only reason our attacking stats are in the bottom is because we don't fucking attack, because we're all parking the bus against everyone, which is why we're parking the bus and we're still getting slapped. That's why I'm saying we haven't improved. The defense has not improved. The defense has got worse. Bro, look at it. It's in black and white, bro. Type in Premier League table. I've got it up already. Premier League table. 15 games, 7 wins, 6 losses, 22 goals conceded, 18 scored. Bro, we are only Norwich have created less chances than us this season. Only Norwich, and they're fucking bottom.
But what I'm saying is because you don't attack, and this is the way I put it. Because when I watched Chelsea against Watford, we had. Our midfield was compromised because we had no control. We had Loftus-Cheek and Saul in there. So therefore, we had no possession. And I just think to myself, if your midfield has got Partey, Lokonga, who's still learning on the job, Xhaka comes in with howlers. If you've got no control in midfield, and then your attack also isn't attacking, you're just putting so much pressure on your defence constantly. They're going to concede goals.
Who's it come back down to again? The fucking manager who spent 50 million quid on the Seaside Mustafi instead of spending the 50 on Basuma. Yeah. Why did he buy Tomiyasu? Why did he buy Ben White? There's 80 million, 70 million quid we could have done on a right back, a proper one. Yeah. And a CM or a CDM. We could have put Saliba in there. We could have brought Guendouzi back for cover in midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? All of these fucking mistakes come back to the manager. Look at Conte, because I'm getting fucking angry, man. I don't really want to talk about Arsenal.
Let me let Corey give his opinion on Arsenal.
Oh yeah, I'm just no. I agree. I actually don't think defensively they've been that bad. I just think creatively they've been horrific. And the one thing that goes under the radar is their midfield. I thought Xhaka was poor the other day. You even see for that goal. I know he didn't want to go and dive in, but it's just not mobile enough for what they want. And the problem is if Partey is fully fit, which I'm still not convinced he is. I'm actually not sure what is going on with him. And Lokonga, it's a mobile enough midfield for them to start controlling games, but that goes under the radar massively. I don't think Arsenal have sorted that problem out. And to be fair to Arteta, when Partey did come in, he would be the guy, and in spells he is the guy to bring in. He's the perfect type of midfielder for that system, but it's too disconnected. And on the point on Aubameyang, I do think Arteta has ruined him because again he's asking him to press. There is no creativity. It's Arsenal so one-dimensional. It's unbelievable. And I think he's brought Tomiyasu in. The reason why he doesn't overlap is because Arsenal always overload on the left-hand side. Whether it's Tavares, whether it's Tierney. That's the way Arsenal attack and build play in the final third. It's easy to mark that. The problem now is, whereas when Arteta first came in, Arsenal were a counter-attacking team and Aubameyang kind of had that element of surprise. And yes, he probably was fitter. And yes, of course, he was younger. Now you're getting a situation where he's not getting enough chances. And when he is getting chances, he's skying them and he's panicking. And that is on Arteta. Lacazette's another one where, yeah, okay, again, another player that you could argue is declined. But the way he uses him for hold-up play, he's not a centre forward anymore. They've actually got a problem. Arsenal are sort of slowly declining in terms of those forward options, because they'll get to a point in the summer where Nketiah, who's their backup now, will go. Yeah. Lacazette will go, and Aubameyang's underperforming. So what? So what do they do? Who do you bring in?
Martinelli or Bust.
Martinelli's the only one, and Martinelli is the most obvious player to bring on because he's the only player there that will run in behind. It makes perfect sense. But again, he hasn't played in for God knows how long because he always favours balance.
Yeah, I'm going to go through these super chats. Arsenal have created 13 big chances this season. That is the same as Newcastle and 3 more than Norwich. They're 18th for big chances created in the Premier League this season.
Yep.
And for me, that's where the massive issue is.
It's all Aubameyang's fault, mate. It's all his fault.
This is the thing is that because you guys create so few big chances, then when Aubameyang misses, people go even crazier because they're like, we're not going to create that for another 3 games. We're going to see a chance like that in years.
Right? Because he says, stop spreading lies. Yeah, Aubameyang doesn't play left wing. Mate, go and have a look at, go and watch every Arsenal game this season. Just because Aubameyang's starting as a striker in the game doesn't mean he's playing as a striker, mate. Yeah, I watch every single minute of every single game, bruv. Yeah, and he is on the left wing 99% of time. Yeah, any Arsenal fan that's in this chat will tell you the same, mate. Yeah, just because he starts as a centre forward or starts as a striker or whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean he's playing as a striker. Yeah, and if Lacazette's on the pitch with him, then he'll be on the left wing standard. Yeah, it's pathetic. It genuinely is, mate. It really is. Yeah. So people can sit there and blame Aubameyang all they like, right? Win 18th on created chances.
You are, but he's not blameless. That's the thing.
No, he ain't blameless. But when he's missing sitters, it's because it's highlighted, like Matisse said, because we aren't creating enough. So when he's missing the sitter, but let's not forget, this ain't nothing new. Aubameyang missed the sitter against Olympiacos 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Lee,
yeah? So we know he can miss sitters.
He can, but he was two seasons ago. He was also tucking most of his chances away. I think the issue with Aubameyang this season is he's actually missing like inexcusable chances. Like he's literally right in front of goal, missing chances, missing penalties. It's not been good enough. Like again, sorry to use Spurs as an example, but we're up until Antonio Conte came and we were one of the lowest in terms of chances created. I think we were probably like 17th or 18th. It's not going to stop us from criticizing Harry Kane because when we see his performances, the guy's not playing well, and the chances he's getting, he's missing them. So I think yes, we've spoken on Arteta all day long. He has to go. Like Arsenal as a team won't be able to create or won't be anywhere near as fluid with him as the manager. We know he's way too robotic and mechanical in the way he sets you up. But Aubameyang, we have to be honest. Aubameyang has been pants for the last probably like month and a half. He's been awful. Like I look at games like Watford.
Shit for 2 years.
I look at games like Watford where you won 1-0. If not for Aubameyang, you could have won that 4 or 5-0. I look at other games where he's missing gilt-edged chances. Aubameyang simply isn't playing good enough, and Lacazette isn't good enough as well. So as much as we want to blame Arteta, and he is blameless,
why Aubameyang has fallen off a cliff though, yeah? Because when
he needs to look at himself as well as Arteta. He needs to look at himself.
No, he does. But at the same time, when he's playing left wing back, yeah, and we're defending, like, and then I'll give another example. Up at Anfield, right? Everyone was saying,
let me just quickly go through these because I don't want to lose these guys with because StreamYard sometimes won't let me go up to the top of the super chats.
You can press star on them now, and it's star on, mate.
Oh, really? Okay. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, perfect. Arsenal have a big issue with Ben White as well. Marquee centre-back signing, but lacks all the fundamentals of a top centre-back position and anticipation, aerial ability, etc. They're saying that this one's saying you should support City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal will never meet your standards again.
I'm on loan to City, bro. I'm on loan.
He is way above Arsenal's standards. Arsenal aren't big anymore. Listen. From the moment you told me that Champions League football wouldn't be enough, I was like,
it begs the question, why, when I know Arsenal went on that 10-game unbeaten run, why was everyone going absolutely ballistic when everyone here was sitting here saying, I remember watching Arsenal thinking, well, they held on against Brighton. Brighton should have won. They played against an underperforming Leicester. They beat, again, an Aston Villa that was so poor that we just whacked about 4-1. For the life of me, and then what makes me laugh is, everyone's going, it's top 4. And I know it's Arsenal fans and it's a completely different fan base, but you lose to Everton. Now, if you had a bit of context and you thought you'd played well, you'd say it's just a blip, we move on. But now everyone's going, now you've got to sack the manager after you've lost to Everton 2-1. And I'm thinking, well, where's the consistency of the opinion? Like, what do you actually rate him? Do you think Arsenal going anywhere or do you not? And the simple answer is, I just don't think Arsenal, they've given him enough time. They've given him enough money, honestly. And okay, I think the squad, I do think Tommy Asu is a massive improvement on Bellerin. There are players they brought in. Partey will be a great signing, but I just think he's not good enough. He really isn't, and it's not good enough for Arsenal. As much as I would like them to stay where they are to give us a good run at Europa League, it's not good enough for them. It's mad.
And what is really puzzling to me is when we say all these things, we criticize Arteta, rightly so, and then you hear Arsenal fans in the comments, maybe not necessarily this chat, but you hear Arsenal fans telling us we're haters. Yeah. I'm like, what could we possibly hate about? You're playing worse, and you're literally losing matches. Like you're below us, and yet you're saying we're hating. This doesn't even make sense. And I think those type of fans, they deserve Arteta. I hope he stays. I hope he's here for the long haul, man.
You lot were 5 points behind us when Conte got the job. Fast forward 4 league games, and you're 2 points ahead with a game in hand. But our fans were gassing up a 10-game unbeaten run against dog shit. Like, seriously, pathetic.
Well, that's a beast marker, isn't it? You look at when you've come up against a big team. Before the Liverpool game, I thought Liverpool were going to spank these lot. I've just got a feeling it's just too much for them. And they did. And that's the problem. So you can't go and beat the big teams. You are effectively, when you list all the teams there, you're beating bottom half teams where they're at. So that's where you'll finish. And you're talking about Arteta's stats. That looks like a mid-table fall. I don't think that's that far off. So I don't know what people are seeing.
Villa will finish above us. You'll finish above us. Everyone who's above us, by the way, is in Europe. But according to our dumb fans,
this is my thing. You guys literally have a whole week to prepare for your matches. You have a rest, you have time, you have recuperation, you have recovery. West Ham are in Europe, Tottenham are in Europe, Man United are in Europe. Everybody above you is in Europe, and you still are struggling. And I'm like, that for me is just if I was an Arsenal fan, that would be the final straw, because you've had 3 years or whatever it's been, 2 years to put together your squad. So it's all your players now. You've got out all of the individuals that you've had beef with that you don't like. You've brought in your own players. You've spent money. And then on top of that, you've got a helping hand in the fact that you've performed so badly now in the last couple of years that you're no longer in Europe. So you have an opportunity to work on your team tactically for the week to prepare them, and you're still having issues.
Top Gooners are saying give him 5 more games, mate. Give him 5 more games. If you can't see what he's doing, just give him 5 more games. Why? Why waste any more time? In 5 games, we'll be about 12th. Yeah, because Villa and Palace will be above us. Leicester will be above us. Like, we have got, the next game we've got Southampton, right? If anyone had any balls, they'd just protest. But they won't. They'd all be there taking their selfies at their second home again. Yeah, then we've got West Ham. Yeah, well, listen, we ain't winning that. We might beat Southampton, who knows? But we ain't beating West Ham. Then after that, we've got Leeds. Then after that, we've got Norwich on Boxing Day. Then we've got Wolves. Well, that ain't going to be fucking easy. And I'll tell you what, Norwich ain't going to be easy either, by the way, because since they've got Dean Smith in there, all of a sudden they look like they could stay up. Like they're on double digits now. Yeah, and then on New Year's Day, Happy New Year, Man City. Yeah, start the year as you mean to go on. And I said that run, including the 2 that we've just lost, I said out of that whole run, we'll get 11 points if we're lucky. Yeah, and I was getting cussed for that. Yeah, well, we've played 2, nil point. Anyway, can we talk about someone else, man? I want to move on to Tottenham. Boring, man. I say the same thing every day. It's like banging your head against a fucking brick wall, man. Like, honestly, our fans are fucking idiots. Like, they don't get it.
Toby, a lot of is there like some sort of COVID outbreak in your squad? What the hell's going on there?
Sorry.
Huh?
This fucking knob in your chat, Yalla Dean, you're in Spain about protests. Bruv, I've been to more protests than you've ever been to football matches. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
I do actually detest when people think they know what type of fan you are. Really,
I've been to more in fact, if you go and watch the Wenger documentary that beIN Sport aired and Wenger was sat there, I'm on the clip holding up the fucking banner, mate, and Wenger's looking at me on his TV screen. Yeah, about protest, you knobheads. Seriously. Marching down the fucking Hornsey Road. We want Wenger out. Say we want Wenger out. Fuck off. Yeah, Conky out and all of that. I've done all that 7 years ago, mate. Yeah, idiot. Sorry, I'm going to make a coffee and chill out, man.
Go on, Toby. Go on. So, is there some sort of outbreak in your squad? What's going on there?
Yeah, there is. There's a mad outbreak. 16 confirmed cases, which is crazy. Like it's nuts. I think it was meant to be like 8. Now it's gone to 16. I think it's now 8 first team players confirmed cases, and then a couple of under 23 players and some people on the coaching staff as well. So, bruv, yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's very, very mad.
So because I seen they was trying to get the game cancelled coming up this weekend. You've got a Europa League game as well. Who are you even sending out there? Or are you even playing that game?
As it stands, I think it's going ahead. I think the UEFA rules are different to the Premier League rules. I think UEFA says as long as you can field 13 players, including a fit first-team goalkeeper, the game should go ahead. So I think tomorrow we're going to have to play Rennes, and we're going to have to play Rennes depleted. And Rennes, I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with Rennes or you saw them when we played against. They're not an easy team that we can just like brush aside. They smacked up. I can't remember what team they played on the weekend, but they smacked up a team they played on the weekend 4-0. So yeah, it's going to be challenging. Of course, the Premier League has different rules. The Premier League's rule is, I think, it's 14 players, including the goalkeeper. But the Premier League also have some discretion, so it's at your discretion basically. So you can request if you feel you don't have the capacity to field the right enough team for a game. Obviously, it wouldn't be the case if you had maybe like 2 or 3 players out, but like when you have literally 8 first-team players gone, I think there's enough of a reason there for the Premier League to grant the request.
They slapped up Saint Etienne. They're top of your group as well, 11 points. So they're actually a massive problem. So for you to go there depleted, is it the top 2 that qualify in this group G?
The top 2, and
level on points.
We're third. Yeah, exactly. We're third. We have to win the game to even stand a chance of like qualifying, and even qualifying, the most we can get is second, which means we'd have to go into the playoffs. So if we don't win that game, Vitesse win. Vitesse have got Mora at home, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like Vitesse have every opportunity to go through.
So it looks like you probably are going to be dumped out, really, realistically.
Yeah, potentially.
Jesus.
I think Tottenham are better.
I'm not mad at that.
Tobs, I actually think Tottenham would do better, unfortunately, being out of that competition than they would.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah. I don't want to be in the competition in the first.
You did say you wanted to win it now on Big Six.
Not anymore, they don't.
Matisse, I said I didn't want to be in it. Towards the end of last season, if you recall, I didn't want to be in it. Everyone would say, "No, Arsenal finish." I said, "I don't care. Let Arsenal finish above Spurs if it means we're not in the competition." But then I saw those. But then once we were in it, I'm like, you know what? You may as well like.
The problem is with the way that they've done the competition now is because of this playoff structure. Like, and West Ham are nearly in a similar boat. Like, if you finish second, you've got another 2 games on top, and it just takes us straight. If we'd finished second, we would have got potentially a Champions League team over 2 legs.
Isn't it 1 leg? I thought it was 1 leg. Is it 2?
I thought it was 2. I thought it was 2. But in any case, it's still another game.
It's still another fixture, which is annoying. So listen, it's not the end of the world. Like I would have liked to win that trophy, yes, but honestly, I didn't really want to be in the comp in the first place. It's not the end of the world if we go out, but it is fucking embarrassing finishing third in a group where we are by far and away the strongest team. Like it is fucking embarrassing and indicative of how shit this team have been in the last 2 years.
But you have been improved under Conte. Obviously, Lee gave the statistics over.
Yeah. We have, but we've also played.
You had a lot of praise for Skip as well.
Yeah, we've also played teams that we should beat. Like we should beat Brentford at home. We should beat Norwich at home. Like we should batter Norwich at home. We should beat Leeds at home, or depleted Leeds as well. So whilst I will give the team credit for finally starting to create chances, finally starting to put together a run of games. That's the first time we won 3 consecutive games since the opening 3 weeks of the season. So fair enough. But for me, I'm not going to get too carried away because I look at the opposition and I'm like, I looked at this fixture list before we even kicked the ball, and I said we should be picking up close to maximum points out of Burnley, Leeds, Brentford, and Norwich. And even on the game against Sunday, Norwich were the better side in possession. I think what we did well was we were clinical and we were actually able to create chances, like which is something that we weren't being able to do consistently under Nuno. So I'm happy for that. But the tests are coming up, man. Of course, with the COVID stuff, we've obviously had to postpone. Brentford. I mean, not Brentford, Brighton. So I'm not sure when that's going to be confirmed, but we have Brighton coming up. We have Leicester next Thursday. Then we have Liverpool on the Sunday as well. Then we have West Ham in the cup as well. So the real acid tests are coming. Like beating Brentford comfortably was good. Battering Norwich was good. But the tests are coming and they're coming fast. So those are the games I will look to to see the true measure of the progress we've made under Conte more than Brentford. But the little I've seen, he's definitely made an impact, certainly in our ability to create chances, our ability to press, and our ability to use our wing backs or fullbacks more. Like he's a wonderful manager, and I think he's someone that it goes without saying, back him and you'll go places. It's literally that simple. It's
Why are you rubbing it in, man?
Huh?
There's no need to rub it in. He's a wonderful.
He is. I've said it a million times. I'm starstruck that he's our manager. Like randomly, you see me on Twitter. Obviously, you won't see it. Randomly,
I've seen it. Yeah, Antonio. Randomly at 2 a.m. for no reason.
Just posting photos of him on my story, just tweeting about him, because it's actually crazy that we've got a manager of his caliber who can actually help improve certain of our players. Like we spoke about Oliver Skip. Skip has played really well in the last 2 matches. He's been man of the match performances, but I still think Conte can make Skip a much better player. Like I look at Skip now and I think he's done relatively well, but I don't look at Skip and think, oh, you've got major gears to go. But I do think he can be. He's already proven his importance to our team, and he can be a player. He can be a long haul player in our setup. But a manager like Conte can easily change my view of Skip by making him go up a gear. He can do the same with Reguilon. He can do the same with Cesc. He can do the same with Emerson as well. So we finally have a manager now who can actually help our players improve. He can help the bad players churn something out, and he can help the decent players go to good players. He can help the good players go to great players. So yeah, man. Let's see what we've got coming up over the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's an interesting one as well, because I think if you guys, I mean, I know you don't really feel like top 4 is realistic, which is fair enough. But in terms of, let's say, the transfer window, do you think Tottenham will back Conte like they have to give you a chance of maybe competing? Because if you're leaving the European competition early, that tells me more focus then on the league, which is good. But then you'd want to take advantage of that by actually maybe raising expectations in the league and trying to do something there.
I think with the whole top 4 shit and January, he needs players. Like Spurs won't finish. Like I don't care how good Conte is, unless we strengthen this team. I don't believe Spurs will finish in the top 4. So he needs players. And even if he's strengthened, it may not even be enough. So we have to back him in the window in January. Whether we will to the extent that we want, I don't know. I doubt it. We need a centre back. We need a CM. We need an attacker. I don't think we're going to sign all 3 in January. But me personally, the club should be looking to bring in minimum 2 players. And there has to be some outgoings. I'm seeing Bergwijn linked with a move away, good. I'm seeing Rodon linked with a move away, good. I need to start seeing Ali linked with a move away, good as well. Even in Dom, you know how much I love in Dom, but I'm seeing him linked with a move away. And to be honest, I'm picking Conte every day of the week over Ndombele. If you can't make it work and perform under this manager, then that's it. Sayonara on your bike. So I need us to actually start shifting a lot of these like deadwood players out of our club in January onwards.
Yeah, Lee is a mod, people. So behave yourselves.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Like that, did you? Running me down.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean, for me, Tottenham are an interesting package, because I think with this manager, you can't really put a limitation of them not being a competitor for top 4. Like I said to you on Toby on the Big Six as well. I don't know if you agreed with me. I can't remember, but I don't have Arsenal in the top 4 race, because even on the good run, I compare Arteta to the competition that he's got with managers, David Moyes, Conte, the new manager coming in at Man United. They were always going to eventually act there. For me, I just don't think he can compete with those managers. And then on top of that, he doesn't have I don't think the players are good enough to even get into the top 4 up against some of those other teams there. But you guys, with Conte, and maybe with a proper transfer window of maybe 3, 4, 5 maybe players coming in and getting rid of some as well, maybe even on loans or whatever you have to do. If you do that, there's always a chance. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, back him and see what can happen, man. For some reason or another, even Man United are leaving the door ajar. It doesn't make sense to me. Their squad is easily capable of wrapping up that 4th Champions League squad, but we see how the season's going. West Ham look like I'll actually admit it. West Ham actually look like worthy top 4 contenders. For whatever reason, I'll be real. I'll admit it. But for whatever reason, it seems like that door is ajar. So if this club are serious, don't wait until what Conte can do next season. Back him now in January and see what he can do this season.
That's the thing as well, because like when fans sit there and say, "Oh, but we're only X amount of points off top 4 when we're sat in 7th," right? You've got to look at what's above you. Conte, Rangnick, David Moyes. You've now got to hope all 3 of them clubs under them managers have a mad dip in form, and you go on some consistent run of form. And you've got to hope not just one, but all 3 do that.
Yeah.
That's not happening, mate.
We're on a bit of a time bomb where eventually the Conte team will kick in, and eventually the Rangnick team will kick in. And as a West Ham fan, I'm sitting there thinking, blast these games, get as many points as you can, get signings in. My season, I think Tottenham and United, their season almost pens on top 4. Whereas I look at West Ham and I think we want to be there, and on form, in terms of the way that we play, we deserve to be there. But the further we go in these cup competitions, the more I think Moyes will go for one of them. And if it comes to a sticking point, whether it's top 4 or it's a cup or it's a Europa League final or winning the whole thing, he will go for that or the Carabao. So it'll be interesting to see if Tottenham go out of Europe and United start to kind of galvanise a bit. They will go full throttle. Yeah. But we just have to get daylight.
I was going to ask you, are you worried? Daylight. Yeah, you sound worried.
I'm not worried in terms of if we played them now, I'd fancy us to beat both of them. But I think,
what?
Yeah.
So I said, cool. So you play us in 2 weeks. Cool. I'm not actually. This time I'm not gonna speak.
That's your cup final. That's your cup final. Remember, if you win that one, you win that one.
You're the one that's celebrating. So cool.
You're celebrating down Tottenham High Road if you win that one against us. Can you imagine?
He'll be sending you that Antonio clip non-stop.
Yeah. But the thing is, look, I mean, Tottenham will come good. They will come good, and we've just got to try and keep them in their place for just a little bit longer. But it's for us, the only reason we capitulate is for injuries. That's the only way. And Moyes is actually a good enough manager to kind of mitigate that. If we go back 3 for the next 6 games, and I still believe we get results in all of them, then hang on a minute, we're doing it with our 2 best centre-backs out. And I don't think we're going to sit there and moan and complain. I know Liverpool fans spoke about their centre-backs last year. It won't happen with us. So, yeah, I am slightly worried, I've got to be honest. But we'll give it till March.
We'll give you 3 points on Wednesday, mate. Don't worry about that.
Please do, mate. Please do. We just need as many.
You got to play each other on Wednesday?
Yeah. Next Wednesday,
Go away.
Emirates.
What time's that?
Good question.
Probably like
it's a late kickoff.
8, I think. Is it on Amazon?
Kickoffs, man. Seriously, because I do all my fan cams and player ratings after the game, and I'm still sat here at 3:15 and 4:15 recording player ratings, man. It's dead.
Lord,
9 o'clock. So 8 p.m. UK time.
It's late, isn't it?
Yep. And in fact, the next game we've got is 4 o'clock kickoff Spanish time. Come on, 3 p.m. kickoff. That's perfect for me. Can have a lay-in. And by the time I've done everything, it's about 8:30, 9, well, maybe 10 o'clock. So then I could just chill for a couple of hours and go to bed instead of it being like 4 a.m. and then being on a show at 1 p.m. Like,
listen, you're playing a bit of FIFA as well. Get a bit of FIFA in there.
Not that I'm moaning. I do like doing what I'm doing. But...
this question here, I think, is hilarious. I think we're not even going to discuss it. We're going to wrap up now. But I've seen this a couple of times.
We'll be here for the next hour. Come on.
In no world will this happen. In no world will Lukaku even... Like, Lukaku supports Chelsea, first of all. He ain't going to play for Tottenham. Tottenham don't particularly do business with Chelsea.
Talk about the most important fact. He's not better than Harry Kane, so why would we swap him?
Well, Harry Kane's down tools, potentially. So I think it'd actually be a good swap for you.
Doesn't matter. He's not better than Harry Kane. So
I think it'd be a good swap for you because Conte likes Lukaku a lot.
Yeah, Conte likes Lukaku, but Conte can work better with Harry Kane.
Can he? Because he's not scoring right now. Can he?
Yeah, I think he's better with Harry Kane. It's worrying Kane's form, but I think he's going to start scoring. I think
if Conte could choose, he chooses Lukaku.
It's impossible for Harry Kane to go like this for the whole season. He's going to start scoring again.
Somebody clip that.
You say that, but we've been waiting. I think if Conte could choose, he would choose Lukaku right now.
I don't know, man. How many goals Lukaku got this season?
It's not about that. He worked with
He's about that. He's got all this talk.
And Lukaku's been injured. Has Kane been injured?
I'm talking about before the injury. He didn't score for like 6 or 7 games.
You love bringing this up, but he was on a great run before that.
You're saying you love bringing this up. You mean I'm bringing up his goal-to-game ratio this season? The same thing.
But Kane has not been scoring, period, at all.
I know, and the same can be said for Lukaku. He's only got 3
because at the start of the season he was scoring goals.
He scored 3 goals in the league, Matisse. How many appearances? Like 10 appearances? What are we talking here?
He's been injured, Toby.
He scored like 3 in 9 or 10, and then he's got 1 in like 3 or 4.
That sounds a lot worse than what it could be.
What are we talking about here?
All I know is that he worked with him last season. Let's not do this, Matisse, please. I think he's taking.
We know what the levels are, but
he has actually only scored 3 league goals, and 2 of them were against us.
That's fucking mad.
Ooh.
But that's a lot worse than I thought.
And the other one was a screamer. Who was that against? He pinged a screamer against.
Villa, mate. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Quality goal, yeah.
Really, only 3 goals he scored this season. Jesus Christ, you paid 100 mil for that.
That's what I'm saying.
You're cussing out Aubameyang.
You talk injury as if Lukaku was Aubameyang.
What do you mean? Don't start flinging shit here, Lee.
Aubameyang's got as much league goals as Kane and Lukaku put together.
What?
So, yeah.
Aubameyang's got more league goals.
All of our strikers here are playing shit. So let's just
Corey. Now look at him. You see this guy.
Let's not start flinging shit. Kane's been shit.
I need to go, guys. I do need to go.
Aubameyang's got more the same amount of league goals as Kane and Lukaku put together, and you're cussing Aubameyang.
Well, are you impressed with Aubameyang?
Guys, I need to go.
All right, we got.
See you later.
Tob's got to go. We got to wrap up, guys. Make sure you go and subscribe to TapinTobs. Link is in description. That striker conversation maybe can be next week. If we want to start.
I can't believe you tried to drag me into it. How many goals has Aubameyang got this season?
You're not involved in this.
7 in total
in the league.
4 in the league.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not
4 in the league, 3 in the EFL Cup, 2 assists. So what I'm saying, like when people say that he's got shit, he's not been great. I can't lie. He has been shit at times here, but he still bagged 7 goals in 15 appearances.
He's still a player, mate. It's just creativity in it. I've got to be honest. Yeah, he's dipped, but you got to look at the manager. I just don't get it. I just don't understand why other people can't see it. But
we'll see. We'll see at the end of the season what everybody's looking like for goals. But I don't know. I don't see Kane turning it around right now. But we'll have to see. Lee, bro, let them know what content you got coming out. Let them know where to find you, bro.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches my channel as well, by the way, because I've hit 65k while we're on this stream.
Lovely.
So thank you very much. Like I woke up this morning, I was 1 away from it, and I went to bed and I was like 60 away. You know, so like the subs have gone flying since that Everton game. I think I've picked up about 300 subs. So big up to everyone who has subscribed, man. I will be live at Champions League's on today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the first games will be kicking off at what, 5:50?
Yeah, something like that.
I'll be live at 5 p.m. UK time. I'll go live at 5. It'll be most likely a video saying why has he not been sacked yet. Right. And then I'm going to break down why this spineless bald haven't sacked him. So yeah, 5 o'clock.
Tune in for that, people. I love it. Corey, let them know where to find you, bro. Any content coming up?
Yeah, West Ham Way. Got loads of stuff coming up. We've got 3 games next week. Got Zagreb tomorrow. To be honest, I'm not really that fussed about it because we've won the group and it's a dud game, but I'll do a little preview for that and a post-match, and then, loads to talk about. So check that out. And, cheers for having me, mate.
Guys, make sure you go and subscribe, man. I don't have to tell you at this point. You should already know. Make sure you go and subscribe to the boys. They make the show happen. There's been like 1,300 of you in here at one point. You smashed it today. Smash the likes as well if you're still in here. Put that up, make that look good. And thank you guys for 20K. Like I said at the start, big deal for me. I'm really happy with this one. Big milestone. So I really appreciate it. And obviously, we're going to be doing a watch along later on for Zenit. Yeah, I will be doing a watch along for Zenit today.
Minus
so
13.
Look out for that.
Minus 13 in Zenit. Yeah. Minus 13 with no midfield. Well, you've already qualified, so that you'll probably lose.
Yeah. If anything, guys, what I'll do is I'll create the Zenit watch along, and I'll put it in the chat so you guys can just you guys can just go and schedule it now if you want to be on that. So yeah, but yeah, big up to you guys for 20K, man. I really appreciate it, and yeah, it's a big milestone. So onwards and upwards, and big up to you guys as well. This is obviously, you know, my favorite. This is probably the most popular show on this channel. I'm not gonna lie, that these people fucking love this show. The amount of people have stopped me and been like, "Yo, that London show, I fucking love that London show." That I did.
That's mad. You see that Lee Gunner, he's a right prick. Get a different Arsenal
I'm not gonna lie, they either love you or they hate you. Yeah, it's literally like that. It's literally like that.
It's funny. Yeah, love me or hate me, they're still watching it. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the link is pinned there, guys. If you wanna take a look at the watch along, will be there. That will be live from whenever, an hour before kickoff, of course. And yeah, big up your damn selves. So yeah, big up to you guys. Link is pinned there for the watch along. The link is in the chat and in the description as well for Lee, Corey, and Toby as well. Go and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you all later as well on our respective channels. In a bit, people.
Please.
Peace.